Hey, we're live. After a week off, we're back at the Pull the Pin. Pull the
At
Pin
the
podcast.
Poulter. You from California, the 405, the 101?
I'm so tired, man.
I know, buddy. I feel you.
Dad's band played on Friday night. Simon's birthday on Saturday.
Now, why are you tired from Dad's band playing, Ty? Did you make some bad decisions?
I drank a lot.
Good man.
But it was a good time. It was a blast. So
Sounds like great decisions.
can't complain. Hey, we haven't been here since before the Masters. So we've got some stuff to talk about. I think we got to talk about the Masters. I think we got to talk about the RBC. And then obviously we need to talk about the Zurich Classic in New Orleans this week. How you been?
Good, buddy. Good. Working a lot. Happy. Playing some really good golf right now. So happy.
I am not playing good golf right now, man.
That's okay.
It's been fugly.
It's my turn to have a little fun. Don't worry. It'll come back to reality soon.
No, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's a learning process, right? You're always gonna have things to fix and change and get back. Tommy will join us here in a couple minutes. He's helping a customer in the store. Let's talk about the Masters, right? So we missed last week. So I think a good way to get started is talk about the Scotty Scheffler experience. Like, Scotty is just out of control right now. He's playing this week, and I mean, if you don't bet on Scotty Scheffler every time out right now, I just don't know what you're thinking. He's playing with Ryan Palmer, if that's what you're looking for.
Hmm?
Ryan Palmer, who has played with the world number one 3 times now at this tournament. So he's playing with Scheffler this year. He played with Rahm last year, and Spieth the year before, or Spieth in like 17 or 16. So apparently Ryan Palmer is the guy the number one player wants to play with.
Yeah, I keep seeing somebody said that on Twitter.
So I mean,
he just keeps sneaking in there with the best players.
How epic is Scheffler's run right now, though? I mean, in your opinion, as somebody who is outspoken about not being the guy to make picks, right? Like,
I think Big Randy said it best, and I completely agreed with him. Shout out NLU, of course.
mm-hmm.
It says having trouble streaming on Twitch. Forget that.
What's it say?
Having trouble streaming on Twitch.
Oh,
or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, Big Randy said he doesn't pass the eye test. And before the Masters, I kind of agree. I was like, he's a really good golfer, but he just kind of snuck in on a couple. It wasn't like world-beating sort of potential, to me at least.
Right.
The way he swings the driver gives me anxiety every time. Why is your foot moving a foot and a half every time you swing driver? They're like, he can't draw the ball. He shut everybody. Like, I agreed with Big Randy a little bit.
Yeah.
Eye test wise, it wasn't like when Jason Day, Rory. I mean, Tiger's a different league of his own, but at the same time, you watch the eye test, and it's just, it wasn't what I thought was the number one player in the world. And then he goes to the Masters, he's drawing it 30 yards around the trees, and it's crazy.
I think eye test is all perspective at this point, right? So
100%.
I think what I see in him that I don't see in a lot of guys out there right now is that he plays golf shot, not golf swing. And that can be really successful when you come right down to it. If you're worrying about the shot instead of the swing, the shot's going to usually be better.
Yeah, but also, that's the thing. Eye test wise, the swing may not be the prettiest, but there is definitely technical parts of it. I think he's a good swing. He does.
Oh, absolutely has a good swing.
It's not it's just eye test for me was kind of like, wow, this dude.
We are live.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this dude. But no, he's the best in the world, and it's really not. He shut everybody up.
Yeah, best in the world. We're just recapping the Masters a little bit. Hit Scotty early with this. He was talking about how Big Randy on NLU was saying you need to meet the eye test, and I said that I think that's kind of perspective, right? Like, I think he doesn't meet the eye test for people who want everybody to swing like Rory McIlroy, right? But I think he plays golf shot instead of golf swing. And golf shot is going to be really successful if you can do what you want that shot to do, no matter how it looks at impact.
Right. And I wanted to bring this up, when I was thinking about the show earlier, and maybe it's not everyone's, flavor with, how much he brought religion into it or whatever. But there was something more within that he said that was very eye-opening to me. and I've been thinking about over my putts, honestly, as I've been struggling from like 3 to 5 feet, getting nervous over putts. But you said, golf score is not your identity. So, and that's even more true for, for anyone to think it'd be him, right? He's
Number one player in the
number one in
world.
the world. His golf game might be his, could easily be translated into this is who I am. And for him, it's like, this is not who I am, this is what I do. And, I've stood over putts in the last week and been like, this is not who I am. This is just me playing a game. And I've made a lot more putts because I'm like, but it's kind of cool. And, even though, like, I'm sure it rubs some people the wrong way, it's still cool to see somebody, like, in that spotlight being like, this is still who I am, this is what I believe. And it's kind of cool that he can continue to be himself and when it's easy to not be yourself anymore.
I have a huge problem with people who get upset about the faith thing coming out. Like, I'm not a big churchgoer, right? I'm not. But everybody's got their own thing, right? So for me, like, if that's what helps keep you humble and helps keep you from realizing your identity is you, not your game, not, what you do for a living, that your identity is the person that you are and that you want to be. Then faith is great for you if that's what it does.
Yeah.
For me, it's my family, right? Like, I go home and, like, every day I go home and I realize that, like, my identity is that I'm my kid's dad, and that's what I want to be, and I'm my wife's husband, and I'm going to work my tail off to be the best at those things I can be, right? I'm not standing over 5-foot putts going, oh, my God, if I miss this, I'm going to be I shot 94 the other day, for God's sake, Tommy, so
not ideal.
We don't need to talk about that anymore, though.
It was the conversation I was having with my dad last night, because I went over family gathering at Aunt and Uncle's place, and I was saying, all the kids were out playing, and I'm playing with my little cousins who are anywhere from, less than 3 months to 18 now, which is crazy. But at the same time, we're out there playing. The dads and moms are all out there playing. He goes, "Did I play with you enough as a kid?" I said, "Yeah, you're out there every day hitting me fly balls, doing whatever." He goes, "Well, then I succeeded as a parent." So I think that's
for sure
really what it is. It's just being there, being the best person you can be. Forget about the golf side.
And at the end of the day, no pictures on the scorecard, right?
That's right.
So whether he needs to fall over to hit a draw or whether he can pose it, like you said, like Rory McIlroy, as long as it draws, right?
So let's jump away from number one and move to the runner-up, Rory,
right?
Who I made a comment to you. I mean, we weren't on last week, but I made a comment to you that him hitting that shot on the 18th hole, chipping in, for those of you who didn't watch the Masters.
Not chipping in, bunker shot. Extraordinary.
Bunker shot, hole out from a really tough spot. I didn't mean to downgrade.
No, I know,
but
just
it's
so we're clear,
the first time that I have seen complete joy in Rory McIlroy on a golf course in a long time.
Yeah,
like I
forgot how to celebrate.
It was the worst celebration ever. Like, it was terrible. He totally wanted to Spieth chest bump somebody, but there was just nobody there. Like, and you could just see that it was like, but
he even surprised. I think he shocked himself.
Well, but is that a moment that so he's been so different since he got married, he had kids, and like he's openly talked about how golf is not his identity, how he wants to be a dad, he wants to be bigger than that, and like he wants to do those things. But I also think when guys come out and say that stuff, they're trying to convince themselves of it sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. And when you're trying to convince yourself of this other life, you kind of lose track of the love maybe that you had for what gave you this life. And that hole out just looked like it might have flipped the switch.
Yeah.
So I like Rory a lot.
Maybe, but one of you two texted me. I'm not sure if it was you or Tommy. I can't remember. And when I say this, whoever said it is going to remember they said it. I don't want to hear in the post-game presser, whatever, the post-round presser, I gave it my best. No, you gave it your best for 18 holes.
Around, yep, exactly.
72, you gave it for 18. And imagine if you didn't suck or play average golf for 3 of those rounds.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? He's the one who sent the text about one.
Yes, that's exactly what you said in the group.
What I'm talking about is the elation he felt after that hole out might be what he needs to tie 4 rounds together.
Yeah.
Like, remembering what happened.
I just removed Twitch from the broadcast. It was giving the pop up. Continue.
So that's all. I mean, I think that it was a possibility for him to kind of.
I hope so, because when
Same.
Rory's playing good golf, it's great. It's fun to watch.
Another real press. So, I mean, he was asked by Amanda Balionis, like, oh, like, did you
Amanda
feel
Renner.
like, did you
That's right.
feel like you,
Amanda Renner.
oh, Amanda Brenner,
Renner.
or Renner,
Yeah. Got married.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't know if she changed it on or not.
It's changed some places, not everywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So anyway, she had asked, like, do you feel like, it's gonna be enough? And he's like, no, but that's okay. Like, and I was just like, oh, like, you don't know how much the thought of winning the Masters would mean for his career, his legacy. And he's just like, no, but that's okay. Sky Scheffler was playing really good golf, and like, I played really good today, and that's just wasn't good for 4 days. But like, how he phrased it was just, I was just like, that's a much different attitude than the
shirt ripping or
Yeah.
the course was unfair.
Yeah. But in addition, though, it's like I almost went straight to DraftKings and hit winner of the PGA, Rory McIlroy. Right? Like,
Well,
if he can play like that, if he can
sets
take
up better for him.
if he can take that attitude though into any tournament, just watch out. I mean, seriously.
This comes back to also course fit and things like that. Like Augusta, just watching it and really, understanding the golf swing and golf courses a little better than I used to. That course is not super hard for driving. Like, that's where you pick up.
Right.
It's not that hard to hit some of those fairways. They're 10 million miles wide. And that's where, like, Cam Smith he picked up 6 strokes on the field in one round, but lost strokes off the tee.
Right.
Like,
all right. So I
that's
don't want to dwell too much in the Masters because it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We do need to talk about the Tiger. We need to talk about the Cat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he did everything I expected of him.
Right.
He made the cut, hobbled his ass up the 18th fairway on Sunday.
Yep.
And I think proved to himself that he could play 4 rounds of golf. But he looked like somebody who had not played competitive golf in 15 months and looked like somebody who is not going to be able to play a full schedule. He's already been noted as he's signed up for the U.S. Open, which doesn't mean he's playing in it. It just means that he's, said he has accepted the,
As of now, he's in the field.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything?
Not right now. We'll get to Ray's comments when we get to the RBC.
All right, I didn't know if Joe chimed in yet.
Not yet.
I was. It was just great to see him out there.
Yeah.
He is obviously a shell of his former self, but it's the hardest walk on the PGA Tour. He made it through 4 days, and he's only 15 months removed.
Yeah.
So I don't see any reason that Tiger Woods is not a competitive play.
I don't. If you didn't get a chill though when he made a 10-foot par putt on one,
that was nuts.
The roar and him marching to the second tee, then you just aren't a golf fan.
Or when he stuck one to a foot.
Because like that whole
6 iron to a foot.
That hole was like, it's just like, oh, is this gonna go bad? Like he kind of hit a pop-up drive, left it short, hit a mediocre
he hit it
chip.
as far as I hit it.
Yeah, hit it 262, short, like left it short of the bunker. The other guys are flying, leaves it short of the green, hits a mediocre chip for Tiger, and then absolutely drills the putt, and you're just like, okay, game on.
Yeah.
But you could see him walking from that second tee to him walking up 18 this Sunday was a lot of difference in that stride.
There was, and kudos to him for playing through it though, right? Like, I think his goal, like he will tell everybody his goal was, I think I can win a tournament. I think his goal was to make it to Sunday and see if the body held up. And I think hobbling up the fairway was his idea of body holding up.
Yep.
I don't think he ever thought that he was going to be gliding up that 18th fairway any of the 4 days.
No.
And the fact that he was there on the 18th at Sunday was
the shot he hit on 10 on Thursday when he like almost pulls out 10.
Yep.
Definitely a push. No one can tell.
So,
it was hilarious. I mean, just before we get too into it, like Cam Smith, when I told you at the Players, he pushed that iron when he stuck it between the water and the flag on 17. And what does he do? He hits the push on 12, and he got penalized for it.
Yes, he did. Oh my
That
god.
was the first thing I thought of. Is like, oh, it's a little
Just
different.
one more thing.
Even on 17.
$500 fucking shot.
Yeah,
One more comment from Ray. He thought the first two days were impressive by Tiger, given what was going on. Absolutely.
Yep.
I know you did a whole thing about Big Randy went through the list of golfers, and Tiger beat the first day and said every single golfer that Tiger beat today, including Justin Thomas, I think he beat Victor Holland. He's like, every single one of you should lose your tour cards forever.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I mean, even Friday, right, where it starts to look real bad, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna be really rough, and then he starts pouring in birdies to make the cut.
Yep. Did either of you want to talk about anybody else in the field from the Masters?
Cam Smith made me sad, but also I kind of figured it was gonna make or break at 12.
I'll tell you right now, that kid's not going to win one major. He's going to win multiple majors.
I think so.
His demeanor after that situation was
unbelievable,
so impressive. Came out this week and played at the Heritage. Was not great at the Heritage, and was vocal about the fact. He's like, "Hey, man, the Masters is a exhausting week.
Yeah,
and you know what? I didn't complete what I wanted, and I didn't play well this week either, and that's just the way it goes." That kid's going to win a lot of golf tournaments, and he might win one this weekend because him and his buddy Leash are going to be playing together. But anybody else you want to talk about from the field?
Yeah, I'm ready to move on to the RBC.
I'm not going to spend a ton of time here. Jordan Spieth, 4 straight days in the 60s.
Well, who is Jordan Spieth? Do we even know?
He is the RBC Heritage Justin Spieth champion. Did you see that?
So, yeah, Justin Spieth. It's like Brooks Cupcake or Jordan Day.
Yeah.
I have a crazy stat that Kyle Porter, CBS.
What, he was last in the field in putting or something like that? Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are going to believe this. Maybe you will because Rory's played so much on the European Tour.
Yep.
Rory has gotten 20 wins in 210 events. 9.5% winning percentage. Jordan Spieth, 13 wins in 226 events, 5.8% winning percentage. Jordan Spieth has played more rounds and more tournaments on the PGA Tour than Rory.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he plays full time. Yeah, he's American.
I mean, he does play full time, but at the same time, Rory's been around since what? 2007.
Jordan plays a pretty stout schedule, though.
Jordan plays a lot. He's one of the guys, like, he's like the American version of Sanjay M. He seems to be in every tournament.
Yeah.
And I think for him right now, that's because he's still really working through stuff. I think he's the guy who's like, I need to get out and play competitive golf because I don't know what swing is coming with me.
But also, when he wasn't playing well, he actually got fined for not playing enough tournaments.
Did he really?
He did.
I thought
a couple of years ago.
A couple of interesting notes on Spieth that I want to touch on this week. One, was awful with the putter. Actually made the comment, he's like, I want a tournament without my putter this week.
Yep.
So that is a telling stat on how well he struck the golf ball because putting is usually why he's in the hunt.
Right.
The other one is something really cool. When he finished, there was a group of kids waiting for his autograph, like a huge group of kids.
Yep.
And he was like, listen, guys, there might be a playoff. I'm going to go over here and like kind of sit down and get myself ready for that. I will be back. Like, I will come back.
Whether I win or lose.
Right. Whether I win or lose, I'll be back. And every one of those kids stayed, and he went back and signed for every one of them. Super cool. Also really cool seeing his wife and son.
Shaking the hell out of a baby.
Right in the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Emily was like, she needs to support his head.
Did you not see the baby turn into a bobblehead?
But just really cool for him to win for the first time as a dad. And I mean, there's just he is in my opinion, just one of the most likable guys on tour. I know a lot of people don't like him because he's vocal and he talks to the ball.
He yells at Michael.
Yeah, he yells at Michael. But like, honestly, like, he's had the same caddy for a really long time. He's been a consistent winner. I mean, nobody thought he'd win last year, and he won a tournament. This year, we watched him a couple of times. Like, outside of Pebble Beach, we were like, God damn, where is his game?
That's what I meant when I said Jordan Spieth, right? Because, I mean, he's terrible with the putter. It's been his identity his entire career. His ball striking stats are really good. Yet I'm standing here on Saturday with Mike Atkins, who works for us, right? Or works for me. And he played at the U.S. Open. He's been a PGA pro for a year, and he's ripping like Jordan Spieth. They're showing Jordan Spieth on the range, showing his feel versus real thing. And Mike Atkins is going how this is why this and this won't work long term. And then he goes out and wins the tournament because of his ball striking. And I'm just like,
I don't know what Mike was saying about me.
You and I are looking like, oh,
he's changing his wrist flex and rerouting the club, and like he's just like Mike's saying like long term, like this move will not work for Jordan Spieth,
Right.
and I'm like, well, he won a golf tournament with it, so I mean something's. And I'm not here saying Mike, you're an idiot, but Mike's like, it's just hilarious that Mike knows way more about the golf swing than I ever will, considering he's a PGA pro. Just saying how Jordan Spieth can't possibly strike the ball while swinging like that, and it goes out and wins a tournament where he basically played with 13 clubs, the one he left at home with the putter.
Yeah.
So, like, oh man, that's unreal.
And then you got the guy who's putting the jacket on Jordan, calling him Justin Speed.
oh yeah.
Did you see JT's
How did he
comment?
possibly mess that up?
Did you see JT's comment on Twitter?
No.
He was like, thank God me and Jordan wear the same size jacket.
But is Shigeki marijuana? Like, how did any of these people mess it up that bad?
The only other thing I really wanted to touch on the RBC was Cantlay loses in another playoff this year. It's the second time he's lost in a playoff this season. He is his trend right now is that one's mine. So yours is on.
Do you want yours?
Or Edge box.
Bye, Timmy.
I think that Cantlay is another guy that really has a good shot at winning a major this year, just because of how close he's been a couple of times. I think he's a guy to look for.
Well, you remember TJ's story about him literally out there for 6 hours after a round, lunch, dinner, forget it. I'm sitting out here and I'm putting, bagging the same place, nothing. He wants it.
Yep.
Four top fives this year and 5 top 10s.
I agree with your take 100%.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about another golfer right now.
Yeah.
Bronson Burgoon.
No, who's going to win
He's
a major?
in the tournament this week.
Who's going to win a major this year?
Okay.
HV3. It will win a major this year.
I like HV3 a lot. He played
I think he will
really well
honestly
this
win
week.
a major this year.
Did either
It
of
won't
you
be the
guys,
British Open probably, but I think the PGA or the US Open.
Did either of
At
you
least
guys,
a top 5 in one of them, I think.
Actually, I don't dislike him at the Open.
I don't know how his game. Well, I guess he did win in the European Tour this year. But
I don't
know how his game translates to links golf.
He doesn't play an overly high ball flight. Has a little bit of a unique swing that he walks through and the ball runs. Right. But
I think your 3 winners for the rest of the year are Rory, Cantlay, or HV3 in some order.
I like it.
Throwing it out there.
Did any of you guys see
Put it all on too.
the HV3 issue that somebody called in, and the PGA took the fan's word over his? Nobody saw this?
No.
All I saw was the tail end of it, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. I was hoping somebody else knew, and I should have looked it up today.
Wasn't able to watch. Well, that's why you're an executive producer.
Yeah, maybe Joe saw it as well. But
I mean, I saw that he played steady yesterday. He didn't play great.
no,
Didn't play well enough to win. I mean, I put $20 on him at the beginning of the day. I've been riding high on HV3. Played well at the Masters for 2 or 3 rounds. Didn't finish strong, but I mean, he's just seems to be that guy that got a big win that kind of didn't get a lot of notoriety because it was over, across the globe. But he just seems to be popping up a lot lately. He's just
absolutely
there. And Patrick Cantlay is even more so because he's been in multiple playoffs this year and everything. But
it is raining hard.
It is. He says that a fan moved his ball from inbounds to out of bounds.
Gotcha.
And
the PGA Tour took the fans' word over his.
Yep.
That's not cool. I'm not okay with that PGA Tour.
I didn't see it, so I don't have a comment on it. But
yeah, I mean, if that's just the general.
I mean, they had to have video footage of it, right? I mean,
but you can't always see,
yeah.
Right? Think about how many times a ball went into the crowd of the Masters, and then all you see are feet. People are trying to get out of the way, but well, think about it like this. Mm-hmm. I get so damn mad at caddies who move in front of the hole when the camera's fixed on the hole and a caddy walks by, you don't see the ball go. You're like, dude.
Well, it was so he hit it over a creek. He hit it well right, and he went. Old man's trying to help. Ended up picking up the ball, and then he almost fell into the creek. Let's see. The rules official came over, ruled that the ball was out of bounds. let's see. Put the ball right back where it was when Varner says absolutely not.
Okay.
So
Alrighty. Did Ray have some comments on the RBC?
yeah, he said rooting for Morikawa and Hovland of Zurich. I like that. JT was on fire at the Heritage, on and off.
Yeah.
On fire at the Heritage.
If he ever, he's kind of in that Rory phase right now, where if he ever plays 4 rounds, it could be scary.
See, I don't. That seems like such a straightforward pick, right? Like Morikawa, Hovland. Of course, they're going to do well, right?
Well, here
But-
if we're jumping into the Zurich, we can do that. I'll
No, I'm just saying, like, before we get into it, as I'm looking at the team with the most chemistry, not because everyone
Right.
playing in it is a PGA Tour player. It's not like there's a clear favorite in terms of talent,
right.
especially in this format. But like, I need 2 guys that play well together, like Leishman and Smith. Like, have you ever seen Morikawa and Hovland had an interaction?
Right.
The PGA Tour told them you 2 are playing together, and they're like, "Oh, okay, hi, I'm."
I thought you get to choose your partners.
You get to choose your partners. It's interesting though, because I mean,
Bronson Burgoon is not here, by the way.
he should be.
Oh, this is Bronson's
Moon Bay. Christian Gesundheit.
He was on golfstats.com.
Well, he's not on Ty Book's list here, so.
Hold on.
Alphabet's playing.
Christian Alphabet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get through it here. All right. So the Zurich Classic in New Orleans, April 21st to 24th. TPC, Louisiana, Avondale, Louisiana, par 72, 7,400 yards, $8 million purse, $1,440,000 for each member of the winning team. That's not bad. Last year's champs, Leishman and Smith. First and third rounds will be best ball. Second and fourth rounds will be alternating shot. And we'll just jump into some teams. So Ray's already talked about the top odds team, which would be Colin Morikawa and Victor Hovland. Has to be the sexy pick of the week. 2 birdie-making machines that have been playing good golf.
Andy's here.
Morikawa missed the cut last year when teaming with Matt Wolff, which explains a lot. Hovland was T25 with Christoph Ventura, but they were 2 countrymen, so they know each other. This team should be the team to beat. The odds will suck. I don't think they're a top 5 team this week.
I just don't. I'm not joking. I bet you the PGA was like, "Hey, it'd be really cool if you guys teamed up," and they were like, yeah, sure. Hi, my name is Colin. Nice to meet you."
Right.
I've never seen them interact ever. Yeah. The only interaction I could think of is them playing on opposite sides of the Ryder Cup.
Right.
When Victor Hovland got his shit kicked in.
Oh.
So I mean, it's a sexy pick. I don't see them in the top 5. The odds for me aren't there.
So Ray says he thinks they'll feed off each other's energy if they're both on point, which I can sort of.
Absolutely.
They both can be fiery guys.
Yep.
Hovland more so than.
Ray, I'm not dogging your pick, man. I mean, a lot of people are going to pick that. I'll probably end up putting money on him just to be safe, but it's not where I'm trying to make my money this week. Jason Day and Jason Scriver.
You leave Jason Day alone.
He's been in the top 5 twice, and it's Scrivener's first go-around. I'm not betting Day, and I'm not betting Scrivener. Cameron Smith, Mark Leishman, last year's champs, are back to defend. Cam Smith missed the cut last week after his blow up at the Masters. I think this is a great tournament for him to get his feet back under him with his buddy Leish. I think they can definitely defend.
I could definitely defend, according to this.
What's that?
I could definitely defend.
Sorry. God forbid I have a typo. Sergio and Tommy Fleetwood, 2 players that should be good in this tournament. Fleetwood has shown signs of life, and Garcia loves to play with a partner. So, diggly.
I just think it in there some point,
yeah.
huh?
I like that group. I like that pairing.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they end up playing, but I'm going to put some money on them. Ryan Palmer. Why does Ryan Palmer get paired up? How does he get paired up with the world number 1 in this tournament all the time? He played with Spieth when Spieth was the world number 1. He played with Rahm when Rahm was the world number 1. And now he's got Scotty Scheffler on.
Hey, Ryan Palmer's a cool dude, quality guy if you want to play 63 good holes of golf.
There you go.
He won it in 2019 with Rahm. Palmer will be paired with world number 1 Scott Scheffler this week. If you don't bet on Scheffler every week right now, you're not doing your job.
Scott.
I called him Scott.
Yeah, I know. I was just reiterating.
Scoot.
Danny Willett and Terrell Hatton. Danny Willett got lost and found himself on the leaderboard at the Masters a couple of weeks ago. I was like, whoa.
Calm down, Danny.
Whoa, Danny. Ended up with a T12 and another typo. And last week, a T51.
Actually says oust.
Yeah, that's it. Hatton and Willett placed 8th here last year with a 16 under. They're a solid pick here, but I won't be betting them.
This next one you gotta definitely be thinking about, not because of the second name, but the first name.
Ray says Palmer knows how to pick a champ. Goddamn right.
Shane Lowery and Evan Poulter. Tommy and his partner Ian will play this week. Will play well this week. Neither played. Man, you can tell I was sitting in a meeting when I was writing these notes.
You know what Ryan Palmer is? He's that ugly dude that has really hot girlfriends all the time. It's just like, how? What is this?
Neither played in this tournament last year. I don't like them to hold on for 4 days. They're a great top 10 idea, but definitely not a winner. They wouldn't be a bad pick for leader after 1.
Shane Lowery is playing really good golf right now.
I know.
Could have maybe won again this week.
Yep.
One got taken from him.
Henrik Stenson and Justin Rose. That's a great pick for first round leaders.
Yeah, well, if it was 2015, this team would be a great pick.
Goddamn right it would be.
You know, when Henrik Stenson could play golf. Oh, wait, they won it in 2015, so it would have been a good pick.
Did they actually? These two played together?
You slapper. You sly dog.
Henrik looks like a shell of the player he was, and Justin Rose is so hit or miss, I wouldn't touch this pair.
Is there a team you would bet on? Because we've gone through quite a few, and everyone's like, these guys suck at golf.
Just remember that in the first round of the U.S. Open in 2019, Justin Rose had 22 putts. Leaders after 1.
Great. I like it.
That is a terrible pick.
I'm absolutely not picking.
Billy
I'm not putting
Horschel
any
and
money
Sam
down.
Burns. Horschel, a former winner. Sounds funny, I know. With Scott Piercy in 2018, Billy Ho has been playing decent, and Sam Burns is defining himself as a great player on tour. After this pair, T Ford last year, you have to like them this year. I'm betting on them this year.
Yep.
Kisner and Scott Brown. These guys are a staple at this event. They missed the cut last year, but have 2 top 5s to their credit. I like them to be in the hunt, but not finish strong. Top 10 is at best, but the odds speak, so I'll probably bet them to win as well. Shoffley.
Who the fuck is Scott Brown?
He's played with Scott Brown for like the last 10 years. They've won
his buddy from home or something?
He was one of the people in the golf cart racing video.
This ain't no hobby. He's just bringing out his homie because he's that good.
No, I mean, Jesus. I mean, that just sounds like he made up a name. It's probably like Tiger. It's just like, we'll call you Scott Brown.
I'd say that if it's like the first time this guy's been in the tournament. I've never seen him in another tournament, but I remember talking about this last year.
This is definitely like they're definitely boys, and he's like, look, I know you have no status, but like, I could definitely get you in this one tournament.
The funny part about it is they have 2 top 5s together in this tournament.
Well, it ain't no hobby. So
Exactly.
Who did Kiz win with? It wasn't that guy, was it?
It might have been.
Kiz won this tournament. Do you remember he hit that chip in the dark?
Yeah.
Was that Will Scott?
You're the guy with a computer in front of him.
It's over here, Ty.
Xander Schauffele and Patrick Cantlay. Maybe Xander can win with a good player next to him. The numbers say this is a good pick. It's probably the only time all year I will bet on Xander Schauffele because Cantlay can carry him when it matters.
That has to be the least entertaining group to play in.
Oh God, they're robots.
That is a whole lot of not. There's no personality there.
Hi, I'm Patrick.
Hi, I'm Patrick.
Xander.
No, this is Patrick.
No.
All right, next on my list, Bubba Watson and Harold Varner. The shoe group, baby. We got the Jordans flying. I love these guys. I'm betting on them 100%.
I'm putting $100 on them. That's very aggressive. But it would pay a lot of money.
Lose
100.
So next would be Max Homa and Taylor Gooch. Love this group too. I'd probably bet on them.
It's just not fair that Sam Burns gets 2 chances
I
every
think I
time.
have it in here. I was like, I don't know how Sam Burns will handle having 2 separate partners, but he's got a good shot at winning a pairing with Homa. Neiman and Mito Pereira, the Chileans. Mito can roll the rock and Joaquin flat out play. Gotta love them this
I
week.
mean, Neiman just played good at the Masters.
Well, and they're boys. Like, you want to talk about team chemistry? These guys like grew up together. Like, there's a pair I like a lot.
Let's go.
Ryan Brennan and Mark Hubbard. Don't even know who you are, so no. Joel Damon.
Says nah.
Yeah.
I thought it was not available. Yeah, it's
Nah.
nah.
Joel Damon and Steven Yeager. I mean, you got to bet on Damon because he's playing with somebody with the last name Yeager.
Yeah. There will be probably some Yeager.
Tyler Duncan and Adam Shank. Brendan Grace and Gary Higo. You know I'm betting on Higo this week.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's
Stop
literally becoming your Bronson Burgoon. Like, it doesn't even, like...
Yeah, but Gary Higo's
obviously
actually
he's way
won
better.
something.
Yeah, he's actually way better than Bronson Burgoon, but still, like...
All right.
By the way, he chipped in, they ended up losing in the playoff.
Scott Brown was his partner.
Scott Brown was his partner.
Second that year. Yeah.
Yeah, but nobody would know that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Martin Leonard and Robert McIntyre. I know Tommy doesn't like Mac on this side of the pond, but this is a chance for him to break through where the pressure isn't all on him. I do like him this week.
Martin Laird. Couldn't he get anybody better?
Martin Laird's played really well this year.
Oh,
There are multiple politicians, and there's a Scott Brown MD. There is no Scott Brown golf anywhere on Google.
Kisner just brings us
yes.
home.
Like,
Who
literally...
are you?
They probably make the poor guy Monday qualify every year, and he just knows the course so well that he comes out and shoots like a 68. And like, yeah, okay, kids, you can have your guy.
Oh, they played together at South Carolina. Or no.
At Georgia?
No, he went to South Carolina, but they grew up together in Aiken.
His went to Georgia.
Yeah, so they grew up in Aiken together.
All right, Seb Straka and Grayson Sig. I love this team, young guns, and one has started to show
Andy
up in a
Allgood.
weekly.
Andy Allgood.
What?
Scott Brown has a PGA Tour win.
There you go. See,
It's the Puerto Rico Open, but it's a PGA Tour win nonetheless.
that's why he's allowed to
now
play
you
in
can't
this.
bet on Kisner now because the Puerto Rican Open curse.
Well,
now.
it wasn't this year.
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, love Straka and Grayson Sig this week. Rafa Cabrera Bello and Emilio Grito, top 5 for RCB.
Where are we?
Yeah.
Yes. Does it apply to partner events? Probably. He's played really poorly, though, for last year.
Yeah. Alex Noren and Henrik Norlander. I like the team. Both players have been decent this year and with great odds. Keegan Bradley and Brendan Steele.
Yo, I love that.
Yep. Keegan gets very little love, but I love him this week with Brendan Steele as a partner.
$1 billion on that.
If Charles Schwartz can play anything like he did at the Masters, look out for them.
PTP is closed forever as of tomorrow.
Well, if they win, we're going to be expanding.
I like McNeely and Joseph Bramlett. I also like Higgs and Austin Smotherman, just because Higgs is somebody named Smotherman. I mean, can't make it up.
There's 5 asterisks next to it because that's not a real person.
I didn't put the asterisks there.
I know. But the fact that you had to put 5 means that you were like,
Actually,
asterisk,
pluses.
is this a
It's
real
pluses.
person?
Those are
Asterisk,
pluses,
I
yeah.
checked. Yes, he is a real person. Asterisk, I'm going back. I'm still not sure. Asterisk, yes, I'm 100% sure. Asterisk, no, I'm not.
All right.
Just wait till you
And
see
here
the Adam
is-
Hadwin comment.
Here is your 2022 Zurich Classic winning pair. Adam Hadwin and Adam Svensson. You heard it here first.
Fucking love that.
They
Let's
will.
go.
They are going to win this tournament. Hadwin has been playing out of his mind, and Svensson is a good young player. They will win this tournament. Bet on it.
$10 right now that they don't.
Yes, 100%.
Great.
Bet.
I want odds, though.
No odds. No odds. I get the entire field versus those. So I'm so confident I'm taking that $10.
I love that pick.
This is my hedge against you beating me 5-5-5 as you normally do.
Then we should bet 15. I also like Sahith Thagala and Bo Hostler.
Ooh.
Will
Of course.
Zalatoris
I like it.
and Davis Riley are 2 guys I like a lot this week. Will Bryce Garnett and Scott Stallings. I guess Burgoon is not there.
Sterling.
I can't. Tommy is probably so upset that I'm not talking about Hank LaBoyda. I know.
I want Wesley Bryan to do
that
well.
will come back to haunt us. if we
Wesley
don't
Bryan, please.
Anyway, anybody have any thoughts on the Zurich? Those are all mine.
Wesley Bryan, please play well.
Don't plan on watching a ton of this, to be honest. But
I will this week because, well, I won't watch it much on Saturday because we're going to the zoo. But
Are they finally putting you in the cage that you belong in?
it's true.
are you going to the Atlanta Zoo?
No. Why?
I don't know. There's a Gucci Man
Timmy,
song.
drink your Red Bull.
I am
It's a great song by
drink your
Gucci Man
juice.
and Ludacris. So. Gucci Mane?
What are you talking about? Area
She's
codes now?
punking you.
What is happening right now? All right. So moving on,
I'm
little
delirious.
golf talk at this point.
Oh, Joe's back. Joe, I love you. Matt looks great as always. The very first comment from Joe.
These guys
He
with
knows.
great heads of hair need to leave us alone.
Yeah.
You know, Tommy?
I've lost all my hair. It's fine.
Oh, lighting looks great now, boys. Wow, upgrade. Yes. Shout
How's
out
the
to
sound?
Yeah, how is the sound, Joe? He also said, when am I coming out to play?
Joe, you name the day. I'll take off work.
Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Tyreek, yeah, absolutely. Tyreek hooked us up. He set
did.
the lighting up. It looks great. Hope we're trying something different with the sound today. Curious how that sounds. So, and Joe, we got to get you back on the podcast. Ton of fun.
Yes.
The Masters. We've got a lot of feedback, actually. Our Spotify views went through the roof for us, which is went from
Tens and tens of
15 to
views.
40.
Tens and tens of views. It's like the Progressive commercial. It's like, this new TikTok trend is going to get tens and tens of views. And if you don't have the right car insurance.
Oh, poor people. The people that watch us, they're so good to us.
Sound is great as well. Hey.
Hey!
What'd you figure out, Uncle Ty?
So you heard that Keegan Bradley and Brendan Steele are going to freaking win a golf tournament.
What did I figure out? I figured out that we were overdoing it with the mics.
Probably.
So
Overdoing it.
Holy shit.
What?
Sorry, by the way. Got into a car accident last week. All good. No one got hurt. Had to bring the car to the shop.
Who was
Joe
Joe?
got in a car accident.
Joe!
last week.
Joe, it's because he was really upset there was no podcast and he went and rammed somebody.
He did shoot us a message on so Joe just
Or
so
somebody
you know,
that saw that head of hair and was just like, I gotta have it right now.
Joe, you got to know that if you send messages to the Twitter account, I'm the only one that answers the messages on the Twitter account. So
Is he trying to talk to me or something?
No, he was like well,
Don't expose him, please.
Oh no, it wasn't. It's not bad.
Expose him.
It's not bad.
You're bad.
I'm bad.
What is today?
On Thursday, April 7th, during the Masters, he was like just a little show of Paulina Johnson by ESPN there, Winky. Get Ty's Willie a little perked up.
Oh my!
And then on Tuesday,
Speaking
so
of
no
Willie's
pod today,
working,
boys?
congratulations to Mr. PTP himself. He's finally announced that he's having a baby.
I've known him for a little while. High five up top.
That's right.
Congratulations, on the sex.
boss. Yeah, right. You did not pull the pin.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing you'll ever do with your life, Tommy. As a father of two, they make me lose my hair, get fat.
No, that
hurt
was all
myself
your fault.
chasing them.
Can't
But I
blame
still-
them for getting
but I
fat.
still love them. Oh yes, I can.
That's fair.
Yes, I can. You
Fine, mac
ever
and cheese is not a salad.
tell my son to eat something other than mac and cheese. Then, like the kid is gonna starve. We played the game where it was like, we're not gonna give him what he wants. He's gonna have to eat what's there. Nope. That little boy got stubborn from somewhere. I don't know who he gets his stubbornness
Remarkable.
from.
Remarkable.
Nobody on the side of the family is stubborn at all.
Can't imagine. He also doesn't look exactly like you.
Not at all. No. All right. So, anything else we want to talk about golf related?
I'm down in the dumps right now with golf, right?
What do you mean
What's
you're
that?
down in the
Just
dumps?
because this, like, what
I
is
shot
this weather?
73
Oh, I know.
last weekend.
Like,
Wham!
No, it's not that. Not even about my game. It's just like I just want to play golf like regularly in shorts by now. It's
I know.
You know what?
almost
I'm
May.
100% with. That was so stupid. I hate the cold. California boy is over it.
Look, I mean, it's April
When are you
18th.
getting mad? I'll get
Like,
mad.
we are 2/3 of the way to May, and like I'm going to be playing golf Wednesday in probably another like 3 layers.
No, it's not supposed to be that bad Wednesday. It's supposed to be like 62.
I'm going to have to wear
63.
pants and polo.
Okay. You're not
It's
gonna
probably
be.
going to be windy. Like,
No, they're saying 10 mile an hour. It's like
I just want to
crazy.
like play. I want it to be 80 in shorts and a polo, where I can actually like not hit into a 30 mile an hour wind right in my face.
Now let's just look over the weather from California boys home. Today 70, tomorrow 65,
And we're done
68,
talking to Matt.
66, 73, 74, 70. What am I doing here?
All right, so talking about golf, talking about the weather. Our league play is in full swing. We have our first major this Wednesday.
Yep.
What part of your game are you stressing right now? Not like stressing over, but when you're out there working, what are you working the most on?
Well, I've already replaced. I'm on my 3rd putter this year, so that's good. Also on my 2nd set of wedges. Can't chip at all, and putting from 3 to 6 feet is garbage. So that's really where I'm at with my game. Had 33 putts the other day, shot 73. Hit 72% of my greens, could not break par. So that's where I'm at.
When Matt and I played, I shot 74 and had 35 putts. It was so stupid.
I had 31 and still lost.
35 putts.
Listener at home, Joe, I can't do anything but putt. Somebody help me.
Is that what Joe
Please
said?
help. No, that's what I'm telling Joe right now. Please help me. Make me feel better about myself again.
I'm just like I'm excited. Like I am really excited for this like upcoming next like 2 months for me.
Yeah.
We have the Majors League every Wednesday. I got gap matches the next 2 Sundays, potentially the following Saturday. Have my
Manco match plays coming up.
like a match plays coming up. Found out I can't play in the AM this year. That's fine though. It's at Crossgate.
Why not?
Because I'll be in New Hampshire.
Got it.
So there's that reason. But like, got at least one member guest that isn't my member guest coming up, and yeah, I'm really excited to just get after it.
What? What Joe
So,
said?
idea for PTP. Sometime this year, we need a full-on Ryder Cup. 12 total guys, 6v6, dress up as Americans and Europeans in the colors and everything. Booze, cigars, and maybe even Paulina.
I'll bring the camera.
Tommy will bring the Paulina.
No, I will not.
Alyssa wouldn't like him bringing Paulina.
I don't think anybody's going to get that, but I wish. Joe, it's your job. That hair.
I'm actually intrigued by. Have you seen the card game that you can get and play on the golf course?
No.
Okay, so like, I forget what it's called, but it's a stack of cards, and like each player pulls a card on a hole, and it's like, okay, you have to play this hole just with your 7-iron, or like pull it out. And it's like there's just a bunch of different things that you have to try and do. And I think for guys who play serious golf, like we do, I think it would be a ton of fun because it takes us out of our comfort zones a little bit and makes us feel a little bit more creative about the game. Like I think it'd be fun to get out there with 4 guys who are interested in doing something like that, filming it, taking it seriously. Like, I mean, I forget what some of them are, but see if you can find what it's called on there. I think it would just be a ton of fun.
So, did you guys move the major because the greens are punched?
Yeah, so Sawyer had said that media did a full punch.
Yeah.
And especially we try to avoid punch greens every week, but especially for a major, we try to avoid them. Can't really complain from media at Ben Creek. No complaints there. Ben Creek screens are still healing up from the fall, so I mean, I think that they'll be surprised that it's not going to be that big of an upgrade, really, in terms of the lack of holes on the greens, but it'll be fine.
I don't know. I think like when we played Matt last week, like today and the weather, and then tomorrow the sun's supposed to be out all day. Like you might see a huge improvement in bench screens just in a couple days.
Yeah.
Like, especially just with the temperatures and everything moving around.
Mhm.
Did you find what I was asking about?
No, there's an actual game played with cards
Yes.
called golf. No.
Oh.
Like with a 52
Okay. I got
card
you.
deck.
I understand. what
I
you're saying.
can't find what you're looking
But yeah, there's a bunch of different things
Sure.
that like you have to do. Like you have to take a club out of your buddy's bag and play a hole with that. Like which would that'd be the worst card ever for me to pull. But like, so I just think that would be fun. I think that would be almost like a slump buster in baseball, right? Like not playing great golf. Well, okay, we're gonna go out. We're not gonna worry about what you score. We're gonna have a ton of fun and play this game. And you're gonna play golf shot instead of golf score, and like just have a good time and remember why you enjoy the game, right? I think that's one of the things that I let get away from me when I'm competing, right? I forget that like, hey, you're allowed to have fun, like, and I mean, I'm having a ton of fun when I play, but like, then I look back at this person, like, okay, where did I let this kind of get off the rails? And it's usually when I got tentative or I wasn't having fun over a shot, where I'm like, oh, I need to put this in the fairway. Like, so
Yeah, I went through our last race round and hit a ball into the parking lot at Cross Gates.
That's
and
right.
making 8. Ended up getting 7 for the week with a 76 gross net 77. And if I had just laid up and
like we talked about, 4-iron wedge.
I would have got 4th. So that was a real bummer.
Yeah.
Would have been in the money. Would have gotten that many more points. But still, 7th was the best finish of the year so far. And I'm in 14th in the league standings with a lot of time to go. So
I'm in
I'm
18th.
happy. Yeah.
I'm in 18th. I've just been like middle of the pack in it like every week, except for the first week I was pretty bad. And even my pretty bad the first week wasn't that bad. I just
What's cool about our league is this is like the majors are kind of their own thing, and
Right.
so like you'll get points towards the overall standings, but then there's the Majors Cup, which is like those 5 rounds, like our majors, and then also the Tour Championship go towards it. So if you win any of the majors, you're going to be really set for the Majors Cup,
nice.
and you'll get additional points for winning a major for the overall standings, but also Majors Cup pays out a lot of money itself. So definitely, I accidentally backed my way into it once. I think I've won. Yeah, I backed into it once. I won the Tour Championship out of nowhere and won the Majors Cup. I was like, oh, nice. But
Out of nowhere.
well, I don't think I wasn't like really like we had like all these scenarios on who could win, and like there was like one scenario in which case I won and it like worked out that way. I was like, let's go.
All right. I think we've hit everything we need to this week.
Yep.
Anything else you guys want to throw in there?
No, sir.
All right, I want to thank Pull the Pin for always hosting the podcast and the Painted Lines for letting us piggyback off their YouTube channel and StreamYard. I also want to thank Tommy and Matt for joining me on the podcast today. Thank Dan and Sawyer who are working while we're doing it. And we'll be back next week to talk about the Zurich and the upcoming tournament.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.